In the political heartland of Tamil Nadu, a new front in the cultural war has opened, and it's happening right at the sacred ground where thousands of Murugan devotees recently gathered to celebrate their dharmic roots. Just weeks after the powerful Murugan devotees conference shook the status quo, the DMK's Muslim ally Manidhineya Makkal Katchi is staging a political counter event at the exact same venue in Madurai. This is not just about seat sharing. This is a calculated move by the India Bloc's Muslim face in Tamil Nadu to dilute growing Hindu unity and push religious quota politics under the DMK's patronage. When Hindu leaders were tried to be silenced for speaking up, Muslim leaders faced no scrutiny while demanding 10% political reservation. One has to ask, is this democracy or appeasement? This video breaks down the unfolding drama, exposes the double standards, and reveals how Tamil Nadu's political battleground is turning into a fight for Hindu civilizational identity. Just when Tamil Nadu thought it had witnessed a cultural turning point with the successful Murugan devotees conference in Madurai, the India Bloc has launched a blatant counter narrative. This time, not with logic or policy, but with communal optics and symbolic aggression. The Manidhineya Makkal Katchi or MMK, a party with deep electoral interest in Muslim majority constituencies, has now announced its major state-level political gathering at Amma Tidal, the exact same venue where Murugan Bhakts recently converged in large numbers. This is not a coincidence. This is a calculated attempt to override a resurgent Hindu cultural assertion with minority appeasement politics engineered by the DMK's backroom electoral arithmetic. Amma Tidal, once a ground of spiritual celebration and religious pride, is now being used by MMK to demand 10% seat allocation for Muslims in the upcoming assembly elections in Tamil Nadu. But ask yourself, when was the last time a Hindu group demanded seats based on religion? The irony is staggering. When leaders like K. Annamalai and Andhra Pradesh Deputy CM Pavan Kalyan addressed the Murugan conference calling for unity among Hindus and cautioning against rampant religious conversions in Tamil Nadu, they were slapped with legal cases under charges of promoting enmity. On the other hand, the MMK is openly mobilizing Muslims, demanding communal quotas and wrapping it all under the garb of representation, yet there is no outrage, no FIR, and no questions from the so-called secular establishment. Why is one form of religious consolidation branded as dangerous while the other is facilitated by the ruling party itself? If speeches about Hindu unity deserve legal scrutiny, then why are the communal demands of MMK not treated with equal seriousness? It's becoming increasingly clear there is one rule for Hindus and another for everyone else in DMK-ruled Tamil Nadu. The MMK claims that their conference was not a reaction to the Murugan event, insisting it had been planned earlier and merely postponed. But the timing, the scale, and most importantly, the location say otherwise. Jawahirullah, the MMK leader, has gone on record to admit that the event's core agenda is to press for more seats, openly stating that the Muslim underrepresentation needs political correction. They are projecting to gather over 2 lakh people not for community development or harmony, but to flex electoral muscle and pressure the DMK into conceding more assembly seats in 2026. Let's be honest, this is not about empowerment. This is a blackmail through headcount, and it's being given silent support by the ruling DMK, which is clearly nervous about the emerging Hindu consolidation following the resounding success of the Murugan conference. Consider this, when the Murugan conference was organized by the Hindu Munnani, it faced intense bureaucratic hurdles, from parking space denials to stage permission delays. Everything possible was done to frustrate the organizers. Even the leaders were questioned merely for their spiritual and nationalist speeches. In contrast, the MMK event is moving forward without a whisper of resistance. No delays, no restrictions, no objections to Muslim leaders from other states. This stark contrast exposes the deep-rooted double standards in Tamil Nadu's administration under the present DMK regime. It also reveals the quiet but dangerous alliance between the ruling party and communal minority leaders, where appeasement is not just a political tool but a full-blown strategy. Let's talk numbers. The MMK has cited detailed statistics to argue for Muslim representation, saying Muslims form 7% of Tamil Nadu's population but have only 7 MLAs instead of a supposed ideal of 23. Nationally, they demand 80 Muslim MPs in Lok Sabha alone and 35 in Rajya Sabha. But here is the catch. Such demands ignore ground realities, merit, constituency demographics, and political alliances. These are not just calls for representation. They are thinly veiled communal demands aimed at carving out a religious vote bank monopoly. MMK's track record is not exactly inspiring confidence either. Time and again, the party has courted controversy by demanding laws specific to Muslim personal law and openly opposing the Uniform Civil Code. In places like Ramanathapuram and Vaniyampadi, their rallies have often stoked communal tensions. And now, by choosing Amma Tidal, the spiritual ground of the Murugan devotees conference, for their political show of strength, MMK is deliberately poking a hornet's nest. It's not just about visibility, it's about establishing dominance in the narrative war. The Murugan devotees conference, despite all obstacles, was a cultural and political milestone. It brought thousands together in the name of Dharma, unity, and spiritual pride. It challenged years of anti-Hindu propaganda in Tamil Nadu and made one thing clear: the Hindu identity is no longer silent. That's exactly why MMK and their DMK backers are now in panic mode. They fear the rise of a consolidated Hindu voter base, one that no longer falls for old tropes of secularism built on minority appeasement. And to dilute that energy, they are resorting to communal conferences, quota politics, and venue hijacking. As Tamil Nadu heads towards the 2026 assembly elections, the people must ask the tough questions. Is representation being used as a tool for harmony or as a weapon to divide? Is the DMK truly secular, or is it running a one-sided appeasement regime? And most importantly, will Hindus continue to face restrictions while others are given a free pass to polarize?